I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we are building a house for Gen 2 of the MySims Legacy Challenge that I've been trying. Admittedly, I kind of forgot about it for a while, but we got there, and so today is for Gen 2, which is for DJ Candy. So there aren't any collectibles for this generation, but the goals for this generation are to complete the party animal aspiration with the option of attending university to do the fine arts degree. The traits are music lover, dance machine and bro. Obviously aspirations party animal, and then the career can be freelance, songwriter or musician. And the required skills are DJ mixing and then two inspirations instrumental or vocal skills of your choice, so guitar skills, singing, piano or violin. So I think I've put everything except violin in this build, because the thought that I kind of had was that I've built this in Del Sol Valley, and I thought, you know, she's probably going to be a music producer, maybe produce her own music, so I've converted the garage into kind of like a practice room, I suppose. Obviously we don't have like a drum kit or anything, but I've put the DJ booth in there, a microphone, a couple of guitars and a keyboard. The house style that I've chose is based off of some of the houses that I've seen around where I live. For those of you who don't know, I live in Australia, and quite a lot of the new builds that are being built right now look pretty much like this. So I'm not really sure what the architectural style is, but I think it looks really cool. They're very, very modern, very open plan, clean, white walls, white tiles, that sort of thing. Very much my style, my preferred style. So that's kind of what I've gone with. I did consider making her a student and doing like a student style house, but I don't know, it kind of didn't fit right, and I was going to build it in Brightchester, is that what it's called? I think so. But it didn't really fit. I didn't want to build in that style, and this build didn't fit really in that world, so I changed the world to build in this kind of, I don't know what it is, this architectural style, because I really like it, and I hope you guys like it too. I think it looks really nice. So I haven't really spoken to you guys in a while. I've been trying out stop motion builds, and I've really enjoyed it. It obviously takes a very long time to do, like 2, maybe 3 times the amount of time to film and edit and everything as a speed build does, but I really enjoyed it, so I don't know if I'm gonna manage it all of the time. But maybe, you know, if I can try and get 1 speed build and 1 stop motion out a week, I think that would be, you know, good planning on my part, if I can manage that. I'm not really sure if I will, but that's my plan. My main kind of thought or reasoning for this is that some of the builds that I do, like the smaller houses and like the apartment builds and things, if I did stop motion of those, they'd be less than 2 minutes long, and that's just, you know, no good, and nobody wants to watch a 2-minute video. So but if I did a speed build of some of my bigger builds, then, you know, they could be upwards of a 45-minute speed build if I don't cut like a lot out. And I don't really want to talk for 45 minutes. I'm not lazy, I just don't like it. I don't mind doing these ones because they're only like 20 minutes and things, but when it's like comes up to almost an hour, you know, people get bored, they don't want to watch it, and that's completely understandable. So I think for those a stop motion is probably better, but it will take me a little bit longer, so I think, you know, 2 videos a week for me now is about right. I originally wanted to do 3, but it's a lot of work. I didn't realize when I first started how much work it was actually going to be. Like, I knew it was a lot, but I didn't realize like it was going to be a lot. You know, and I know a lot of you will probably agree with me on that. So I had a lot of trouble trying to find a nice tile, and we end up going with this kind of, I think it's like a concrete one, and the tiled squares are huge, but the other ones that I was going to use, they're a lot smaller. Like the actual tile squares, I wanted them to be kind of the same size as the grid, but I couldn't find one that was that size. They're all either a lot smaller or like this one is huge. There is one the right size from Get Famous, I think, but it's got like gold or red or something grout lines, and I didn't like it. It didn't match what I had in mind. So now we are doing the bathroom. There are 2 bathrooms in this house, but I only include one of them in the speed build because the other one is pretty much exactly the same, and I didn't really see the point in including, you know, even longer video of me doing the same room twice. But I really like the way that this one turned out. I've been doing a lot of kind of custom furniture and things lately. I mean, this sink doesn't really count as custom furniture. it's just a shelf. But the kind of the idea behind it of just making things look slightly different than just using, you know, the normal items that we get in game, I think makes things look a lot more unique and a lot more true to how things, objects and, you know, furniture pieces would look in, you know, everyday life, at least for me. So this kitchen turned out to be a lot bigger than I was intending. I do the same thing all the time, that I always do the outside and do all of the landscaping and things before I then go back and furnish. And yeah, I kind of didn't really think about what the inside looked like much until we actually went inside, and then I realized I had all these awkward spaces and this huge kitchen. But I think it turns out nicely. It's all kind of open plan, which I think looks good, because I'm not really a big fan of like long hallways. They kind of just seem like wasted space to me. So for this shelf here, you probably saw me just a second ago, use the tool mod just to turn the shelf round so that it could kind of look like an extension of the cupboard, which again, another thing I kind of have been doing a lot of lately. And I think they just look a lot nicer, you know, because it kind of just seemed a bit weird without the end on. So I don't I don't include too much clutter in this kitchen. Normally I fill like every bare space, but this one I kind of left it quite open. Most of the houses that I have been to from friends and things here, their kitchens don't really seem to have much in it because they have so much storage space, which is amazing because that's exactly how I want my kitchen to be when we move. Lots of storage space so I don't have to have anything out on the side. You know, it's really strange. I love cluttering up my builds and I love having lots of things everywhere, but like in my own actual, you know, real life, I hate having stuff everywhere. I hate having stuff out. I like things to just be, you know, all put away somewhere that you can't see it, and have like, you know, kitchen counters completely clear of everything except the, you know, absolute essentials like the kettle, because, you know, I can't live without my coffee. So here I was looking at the update that we got today, the table and chairs. I think the colours are really pretty. I probably won't ever use them because they're not my style, but I quite like them for, you know, if I ever did a brightly coloured build, they would be very, very, very handy. And I just think they're really pretty. So in here I try and do like I don't know, like an entertainment unit space thing. It's not quite as, I don't think it's quite as nice as my the one from the last build that I did, but I think it still looks pretty good. I don't put too much stuff on these shelves because I can't speak again, because I didn't want it to be too cluttered. I just wanted it to look very, you know, clean and open and simple. Not quite minimalist, still lived in, you know, but I don't know, just not as busy as what I normally do. So this is a 2-bedroom house, 2-bathroom house. Like I said before, I didn't include the second bathroom. I don't include the second bedroom either because I've basically decorated it as a spare bedroom. So there's not really anything in there. I've put kind of the bare essentials, so to speak. There's a bed, you know, tables and lamps, and like a dresser and a mirror. I literally like don't do anything else in there. So here I just swapped the windows to the other side because I wanted to create like a corner desk in here. I kind of was playing around the other day with just like a room build. I didn't really know what I wanted to build, so I just built a room. Which you know, nothing came of it. I don't think I even uploaded it. I was just kind of playing around with it. I made like a corner desk sort of thing, all base game, so I'll probably upload it to the gallery because, yeah, why not? Yeah, with just like a bunch of different clutter items and things that I thought looked really nice, and I disguised this bookshelf with these other shelves. And yeah, I think they look a lot better than it just looked really small. I don't know, just looked really tiny. Oh, I forgot to mention this is like recording area, I suppose. I've kept it open plan with the rest of the house, but I kind of had in mind that, you know, she recorded her music here, and this was like her editing kind of corner. And then I put like some bits on this second table where I thought, you know, maybe she writes her music here or something. I don't know, but I thought it looked really cool. And then in the corner I just put a armchair, and then I put a poster on the wall, but then I come back and change it once I'm finished, because I didn't really know what to put there. So I end up just putting I think it's a poster, like this kid's poster. I didn't really know what to put there, but I end up putting some I think it's like news reports. I don't know, they come in like 3 different styles and like 9 different swatches. But yeah, I put one of those on the wall. Well, I think I put 3 on the wall actually. So lower down this mirror, I don't know why, whether it's just my game or whether it's just in general, why do the windows and doors not show up in the mirrors? It's kind of creepy. It's a little bit weird. Yeah, I thought my game was glitching out, and so I went to check the door, and you know, the door was fine, so I just moved it away from the mirror because I don't know, it looked a bit strange. So I just put this picture on, and I don't know how long ago I noticed, it wasn't that long ago, but I noticed that when you're in tab mode and you kind of change it slightly so that you can see the ceiling, half of the top of the wall is like missing, or like cut off where the floor is. And I used to put quite a lot of stuff kind of up there and like right up to the top of the wall height, and without realizing that it actually clipped into the ceiling. So yeah, oops. But now I know that it's a little bit strange that I kind of have to keep checking, even though I know that it's not going to clip into the ceiling. But things that I'd like to be like centered on the wall, I kind of occasionally go into tab mode just to check that it's centered. So here I am making another one of my kind of custom wardrobes. I think it just looks a lot nicer than just having you know, one of those weird kind of, I don't know, the wardrobes aren't very, I don't know, they don't look right to me. They're just very odd. At least to the ones that I'm used to. You know, I've got like a full wall of mirrored wardrobes, so having just like one tiny one just doesn't look right. So here I am desperately trying to get a mirror to fit into this light. And this is kind of the best that we go with. I try out a couple of other ones, and I thought this one here might work, but it's a little bit too small. So I should have probably cut this out, but I thought, you know, it's probably good that you see my kind of thought process as I'm building. I'm a very chaotic builder. I think I just kind of try everything and see what happens. But this, I think it looks okay. It's kind of a little bit clippy, but you know, I think it looks alright. I really like that headboard too. It's what is it, like a sign? I think it's a sign from Cats and Dogs, and I just flipped it up the other way. I love the tool mod. In case you haven't noticed. I literally don't think I can build without it now. It's a problem. So out here it's like a little what's it called? Is it like an al fresco? I think that's what it's called. And most of my friends' houses that I have visited here have one, if not several. So I think this house has actually got 4 entryways. 2 of them are meant to be like out to the back, and then there's meant to be one out front. Obviously there's actually an entryway on each side, which I'm kind of basing this off of a friend's house that they don't live there anymore, but me and my fiance went there quite a lot last year, you know, up until they moved. And this is very, very similar to their house, I suppose. It's obviously not exact, but you know, that was the kind of idea that I was going for. So in here is the last room. This is the garage, and this is kind of where I thought she could have like a little practice room. Obviously we can't have bands like we did in The Sims 3, because that would just, you know, make this build perfect. But you know, the kind of idea I thought was, you know, maybe she has a band, and this is where they come and record all of their music, or maybe she just records the music by herself. I don't know. But you know, I thought it was pretty cool. So I end up just putting a mural on this back wall, and that is pretty much it. So I hope you have all had a lovely day. I hope you're all taking care of yourselves, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.